Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about a very important part of investment, the IPOs. An IPO or an initial public offering is the very first sale of stock issued by a company to the public. Prior to the IPO, a company is considered to be private. Public companies have to sell at least a proportion of their shares to the public to be traded on stock exchange. So in this video, we are going to go through finding an upcoming IPO, selecting a good IPO, and the process of investing in an IPO. So we're going to go through all three of them. So the first step to invest in an IPO is to take a look at the stock calendar and take down the dates of the upcoming IPO. I have found an amazing website that lists the details of upcoming IPOs. So I'm going to take you to that website. Yeah. So it's edelweiss.in/new issues. So it shows you a list consisting of upcoming IPOs, ongoing IPOs, about to be listed, and recently listed IPOs. So if we look at the upcoming IPO, there is one called TCNS Clothing Co. Limited. The opening date is July 18th and the closing date is July 20th. We don't have the price band right now, but it will be uploaded very soon. And the recently uploaded IPOs, the information is available. That includes the last trading price, the listed on date, the issue price, and the change in percentage after listing. So this is the website that can give you a lot of information. So I frequently use this website as it offers a large amount of tool. We have the data available on various other sources, and you need to go through some rigorous analysis, and then you can get the data. And this this website does it for you. So I would recommend this website. After you have selected the IPO, you have noted down the date of the IPO, then you have to select what is a good IPO. So that would take us to our next step, that is going to be how to find a good IPO. So selecting a good IPO. Following are the factors to be considered while deciding an IPO is worth in investing or not. So with IPOs flooding the market, investors are spoiled for choice, and knowing which is the best IPO can be tricky. So here are some evaluating criteria that can help you to find a good IPO to invest in. So first one would be business strategy. So the business strategy includes business models, management credentials, historical performance, and management positioning. The second point would be growth potential. So the company that focuses on the growth potential has to be better. That you need to find a company that focuses on its growth potential, as the stock prices track revenue growth. The third point would be promoter intentions. Now this is really important point, as you need to be sure that the promoters are not using the IPO to exit an iffy business. If a business is going into loss and they have a lot of debts to clear, so that in that way they can just put up some IPOs and pay off their debts and exit the company. So you do not want to invest in a company like that. Fourth point is utilization of funds. Again, investing in an IPO only when the funds are intended to be used for future growth is a good plan, is a strong plan. And the fourth point and the fifth point, the final point, would be pricing. Now this is a very common mistake that new investors tend to commit. Do not overpay for IPO stock just because the company is famous. Now the next point is approach to decision. So now IPOs are very popular among retail investors, but that doesn't mean that you have to bid for each and every IPO that comes in the market. So this takes us to our important question: when to invest in an IPO? So there are a few pointers that will help you with the same. First, go through the projected figures. The prospectus uploaded on the Security and Exchange Board of India (SEBI) website helps you to glean a lot of valuable information from that document. Check if the company plans to raise capital to expand operations or to enter new markets. Second point is probable reason for going public. We have discussed this earlier, so I'm going to just expand on that. You need to look out for the company's founders, the initial stakeholders, the shareholders, and you need to check if the IPO is the reason for the investors to cash in or exit the company. So that would be a bad decision to invest in a company like that. Third, beware when the markets are at a record high. You need to tread carefully when the market is performing really well. Only seek out companies that have strong fundamentals and high growth potential in the future. Fourth point, again, utilization of fund. If the company is not able to repay its loan without issuing stock, it is basically indication of a fact that there is something wrong with the company's internal operations. Sector performance. Do not view the stocks in isolation. It is always better to understand the performance of a sector to get an idea of the upcoming IPO's performance. So for more information, you can again check out the website, how to find a good IPO. So the link would be edelweiss.in/investology/introduction to primary market. So it gives you good information about the points that I have already mentioned. And to know the right IPO, you need to go through the projected figures, and the much more data is available on the website. So just log into the website edelweiss.in/investology/introduction to primary market, and that is going to give you a lot of information. Now coming back to our slides, the last part of the video. But before that, I would just like to start with a list of banks that provide ASBA services. I will explain ASBA later. So these are the list of banks that allow you to invest in an IPO. So an IPO order cannot be placed directly through your broker. So you need to place the order through the bank that provides you with ASBA facility. Now ASBA is an application supported by blocked amount. When you invest through ASBA, the funds are blocked in your account for the IPO. The money leaves your bank account only if you are allotted the shares in the IPO. During this period, you will also earn the interest on these funds. So now how to apply for an IPO through the banks? So through these banks, I generally use SBI. So I'm going to show you the procedure of investing in an IPO through SBI. But you can use any kind of a bank platform. That depends completely on you. So log into your net banking and go to e-services tab. So in the e-services tab, click on the DMAT and ASBA from the left side of the menu. So step 3 would be under ASBA services, select the IPO equity. And then you can find the list of the companies which are issuing IPO. So you will find the IPO open date, the IPO close date, and the company name. So you have already done your research on the company. So just select the company, click on agree, and then select the IPO you wish to subscribe and hit go. Next step would be to see the details of the IPO. So there is a minimum bid quantity, the bid multiples, the lower price band, which is in this case 207 rupees, upper price band, which is 210 rupees in this case. So in this case, we have a minimum bid quantity of 70. Like you cannot start bidding below 70. So you cannot have you cannot bid for 50 shares or 60 shares, and the bid multiple is 70. So you can only bid in the multiples of 70, only above 70, like 70, 140, 210, 280. These all will do, but you cannot have 50 or 100 or 150 or numbers like that. So a lower now let's come to this lower price band. So these all of these details are provided by the company itself. So 207 INR is the lower price band set by the company, and the upper price band is 210 INR. So you need to invest somewhere in between them. So like you need to bid a number somewhere between them, and the amounts of stock or the number of the IPO that you are given depends on the company. So that is on the distribution of the company. So that is basically based on the bids that they get, and the final bid price will also be fixed by the company. Now in the next step, fill in the details like PAN, DP account, bid price, quantity, etc., and click on submit. Then you're done. So finally, you can check the status by going into the IPO history tab. You'll have the reference number, the name of the company, the applying date, the lien market amount, and the lien mark status. So I hope that this gave you an insight into how do you invest in IPO. That would be it, and I hope you like the video, and please leave comments, please leave remarks. That would be really helpful, and also leave comments for the videos and the doubts that basically you want me to clarify. Do not go haphazardly into the stock market. You need to be well prepared for it, and if you have any doubts, please feel free to leave a comment, and thank you very much.